Good night.
Hi.
Um, I feel like I've had a few bad teachers in my school process, but just to kind of put things in perspective, where the school I went to graduate, for example, around the time that I went there, they were ill prepared to deal with a high school class because there was some reshuffling of sorts before we actually graduated. So they kind of got a lot of teachers and a lot of people at the very last minute, and a lot of them are unprepared, and none of them really stuck to the curriculum. But there was one teacher that stood out in particular. He was my homeroom teacher. I'm not going to say his name, but he also taught us English literature, which was one of my favorite subjects until but and there was one thing that we all used to dread when we went to his class, is because we never really did, like, we had to go through all this process and buy all these textbooks and whatnot, and we never actually used them. What we got taught in the classes were anecdotes from his life, which they never really applied to anything that we would have had to learn in the curriculum. So it was really just a bunch of kids being told stories by this old guy that's kind of losing touch with everything. And he was pretty old, because I feel as though he was there to give design tips on the original cassette. That's how old he was. And another thing too, he fell asleep a lot during what was supposed to be lessons. So what he would do to kind of save face was give us a passage or so to read, and we would have to read that passage while he, slept. So we never really got anything from the class, and by the time as the BGCSEs came around, like, it was too late to kind of collate everything to make sense for us to be prepared for the BGCSE. So it was combined classes of about maybe 80 students that were ill prepared for the English literature BGCSE, and only a few of us grasped by it because we just took the initiative to read the textbooks and and everything, just aside from his stories and his teaching. But aside from that, he was a pretty dynamic character. Like, he had a lot of stories, and he had a lot of engaging moments in his life where you have to sit back, like, wow, that's something you actually went through, and that's something you actually process as a human being. So just aside from him being a bad teacher, he was also an inspirational person, because, like, I know a lot of my classmates probably aspire to not be him. So he was an inspiration in that way, but he was also a decent collection of stories, which, at the end of the day, is what English literature was. So at the end of the day, he kind of taught us how to structure, deliver, and, I guess, feel okay with the story, and he kind of taught us how to kind of dig within to find our own stories, then to bring them to life, even if we present them in a fiction way. So just offer those tidbits, and those are the things that I kind of picked up just off of observation. Like I kind of went into because in the English literature BGCSE you have to do like a story. Like they give you a leading sentence or whatever, and you have to finish it. And I did everything. Like I saved that for the last. And I remember sitting down writing the story, and I think they only give you probably 2 or 3 pages in the actual pamphlet, and my story needed an extra 2 or 3 pages just so I could finish it. So yeah, that's my story for one of my worst teachers.